Give me a second. Oh, there we go. I think we got it. Let me find out.
There we go.
All right, perfect. We got sound. I don't know what the hell I just did, but we're gonna take it. We're gonna roll with it. I did something. I don't know what it was, but all right. I think we got sound back. All right, so back to the Pacer talk because we're gonna have the fans are gonna want to watch and know. John, my thought process. Gosh dang it, where'd it go? Give me 1 second here. Sorry, this is compelling radio. All right, my thing is John Siakam. Let's talk about the. Do you foul up three? Do you not foul up three? I know you said LeBron mentioned it, and LeBron go, well, that's why you foul when you're up by three. The Carlisles, they've done it both ways, and they've got burned both ways. I remember them getting burned by Chicago in Cambridge, where DeRozan missed a shot. They fouled. He hit the free throw. It got bounced back on the second miss, and they ended up losing that game. They Bal got screwed in the Tyler Hero game with it. So I don't know really where I lie on that. But my thing is Siakam. I know you're in that spot where you're not sure really what to do in that situation. But John, what he needs to do, I mean, at least put a hand up. You go from 6'8" to at least 7 something. Jaylen Brown kind of composed himself and
Right.
threw it up there. It was a hell of a shot, great shot by there. But man, you got to do that. Call the timeout, advance the ball, maybe. I'm not going to blame the foul discrepancy as some people want to talk about today. I'm not going to blame the fact that the turnovers. I mean, I blame turnovers, a lot of turnovers, but overall, John, I felt like, damn, you took a great punch there, and you had Turner, with 23. I thought Turner played one of his best games in the postseason ever last night. 9 of 13 from the field, 3 of 4, 10 rebounds, 23 points. Siakam with 24 points. Halliburton finally aggressive in a game one. I felt like we took our bullets there, and we should have came out with a win on that one because it's going to be tough in game two. Boston, I feel like in the post game was pissed off the way they won. They've lost game two of the last two series, so they're going to come out game two. I kind of feel like game two is going to be a Celtic blowout. I hate to say it. It's going to be like 13, 14, 15-point win by the Celtics tomorrow night, I think.
Well, they like to shoot a lot of threes. That ain't going away. So you can almost kind of guarantee a poor shooting night coming up. Whether that's I know what you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? Celtics are going to clean up whatever they felt was messy. I almost think because I listened to a lot of Boston media this morning, they almost they might kind of come in a little, you know what I'm saying, too cocky. You know what I'm saying? I get it, and I'm not thinking that the Pacers is going to, you know what I'm saying, oh yeah, maybe we lose back in Indianapolis or something like that. But I think the Pacers are still a little bit sharp. So long as they don't get blown out, I think we're in for a long series.
Word is Porzingis will be back in game 4. So kind of what? That'll be next Monday night. So what will that bring to this lineup already? Obviously, a lot of distance. That's going to keep Miles Turner and then pull them out a little bit. But looking at stat-wise, John, Drew Holiday has his season high in points, 28 points for Holiday. I've always liked Drew Holiday, John. I know you do too. And you talked about that trade that they didn't gain anything. They get with Damian Lillard. They lost a lot with Drew Holiday on that. But him getting 28 points, Derek White with 15, Horford 15. Horford was 3 of 12 from 3. I kept thinking they were going to go down more because it seems like there's always Al Horford threes. He's drinking the fountain of youth, and you got to hear that high pitched PA announcer for the Celtics go Horford for 3. You got to listen to all that shit and everything.
Right.
And Jason Tatum. Let's talk Tatum real quick, John. He takes. He kind of disappears. He disappears and takes bad shots. Or is it just me?
Yeah. No, it ain't just you. It's everybody, man. I thought when the Pacers kind of like let the league dwindle, and it is what it is, that once he got the ball, that he was going. I was like, man, he's gonna score. You know what I mean? And he didn't. He took a bad shot after bad shot, and then they find Jaylen Brown in the corner, who I believe, I know I'm shunned in this regard. Who I believe from an athletic standpoint, he's right on pace with Jason Tatum. I don't, you know what I mean? Sometimes we do know Jaylen Brown takes, you know what I'm saying, he'll concede shots his damn self, you know what I mean? But he hit that one last night. But, like, yeah, man, Jason Tatum kind of played, like, where were you at? Not superstar status all throughout. But so, you know what I'm saying, he knows, hey, Brandon, he reads that lines like everybody else. I expect, you know what I'm saying, bigger games out of him. You know what I'm saying? He's the kind of guy that can, you know what I'm saying, crash the boards, offensive boards, and defensive boards like anybody else. Two, he's also the same guy that can heat you up for 28, 30, you know what I'm saying, 30 points, you know, in a half sometimes, man. So the Pacers got to be aware of that and just be able to be ready to, you know what I'm saying, to match that energy. That means Tyler Halliburton can't play, you know what I'm saying, on his heels. He's got to play, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit more aggressive edge and definitely take shots.
How impressed were you?
Be getting crazy with them passes.
How impressed were you with his gameplay last night with his aggressiveness in game one?
Just got to, you know, sometimes, man, this is not the time for flashy passes, man. That's all I'm gonna say, Brad. I'm not gonna be too over, like, you know what I'm saying. This is a team where we remember, Brandon. You said it yourself, man. We want Tyrese Halliburton to have that stat line game where it's 25 points. That's the best version of the play. 25 points and like 10 assists, and like everybody else has got double digits.
Right.
They didn't spread the ball all over, and like everybody has double digits, man. And I know we all kind of want those Kobe Bryant moments out of our superstar where he just says, "Damn everybody," and I take over. But I don't think that's how the Pacers are put together. What I do know is Tyler Brown, like, dude, you are like the turnovers of the 22. I won't go back to all the screens, but like, man, you are kind of responsible for that being the floor general, whether you committed the turnover or not. So from a leadership standpoint, man, like he can't be just out there kicking, you know what I'm saying, laughing. How, you know what I'm saying, how they can be sometimes, because I'll go back to the New York game. They were up big time in that New York game. They start laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, how you be laughing? To calm that down, man. We know 20 points. It just happened last night before. Like, who lost 20? Like, blew a 20? Denver. They blew a 20. They blew the champs. Blew 20 points, and they ain't the champs no more. They ain't gonna be the two-time dependent Nuggets, man. So a 20-point lead in this NBA, or you know what I'm saying, even a 30-point lead, how crazy that sounds. It can be, you know what I'm saying, a good third quarter, man, can erase on you, man. So this type of things, like I said, Brandon, the same thing I said about Coach Finch, and the Minnesota Timberwolves, I say thing about Carlisle and the Pacers, man. He has their attention, and when you challenge them, and they kind of step up. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, in between time, you challenge them, and they, you know what I'm saying, they step up and learn, and like, dude, learn how to finish games. You should be up one on Boston.
Yeah, Pacers are starting to get some of that national exposure now, where they're at. You know, I think Roy Hibbert said it best back in the day. Right here.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. All right?
I mean, hey, Roy's right. Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play ball all year. Here's my thing. Like I said, my prediction, game 2, I think Boston wins game 2. I think they win it convincingly by 11 to 17 points. I think they had a little bit of a scare, a little heart attack, but they're going to come out a little bit more pissed off. They've lost game 2 at home the last 2 series. They ain't going to have that happen again. Indiana's going to have to win those other 2 at home. Maybe steal a game 5 if you can. But if you ask me to predict the series, I think Celtics in 6, maybe Celtics in 5. But let me tell you this: I'm not going to be upset at this Pacers team. I'm not upset at this Pacers team. I think, and I will say, I think we've overachieved this year to where we thought they would be. You know, and I think every Pacers fan should look in the mirror and think that themselves. What was the goal? The goal was to make the playoffs. Check.
Right.
The goal was to win a first-round series. You upset one of your rivals, Milwaukee. Check. Second round, you play an injured Knicks team, but they still got their star players. Hey, it's the Knicks. It's our rivals. We got to beat them. Check. All really in your first year as this team is starting to really develop with the Siakam, who doesn't seem to miss an 18, 19-foot shot ever. Starting to mend there. You've got a Ben Matherin that's not even right now a part of this team. Adding that piece in next year. A TJ McConnell
Right.
who's playing himself to another contract next year. He is playing well again. You got to re-sign TJ McConnell. Obi Toppin, I felt like Obi kind of had a good game 7 going into this game. 15 points last night, 6 of 8 shooting. So I like that from Obi. I feel like we've overachieved this year. I'm not going to be mad how we go out. If we go out 4-zip, if we go out 5-4-1, if we go out 4-2, I don't care. And I know it sucks. It stung last night, but I went to bed knowing, hey, you know what? At least we didn't go out and embarrass ourselves. That's my big concern, is going out there and embarrass yourselves on national television, so that way it gives somebody an opportunity to say, you know what? Hey, look at that Pacer team right there. They don't deserve to be in it. No, that's bullshit. They do. And I'm just at 12-0. I said, "Oh shit, here we go again. This ain't the start we need." But we know how NBA games go. So, but
Right.
yeah, I feel like they've overachieved this year. I ain't mad at them. I love it's a good building block. The East is just gonna get tougher next year. So, and you don't know what other injuries may
Right.
occur next year. So Ben may come back, and God will, somebody else. Unfortunately, they may go down. But you got to strike while the iron's hot, and that's what that Pacers squad is doing right now. And it's fun in the city. It's awesome. Pacers and racers, John,
Absolutely.
gets no better.
Pacers, racers, and we got to add, you know what I'm saying, the mystique of Caitlin Clark, so that, you know what I'm saying, when they start winning, you know what I'm saying, the fever will be right here in the springtime, with, you know what I'm saying, we are chiming in on that. But, no, man, nothing better. I just know from looking at that team, and like I get it. It's about matchups. The NBA playoffs is about matchups and like the experiences. How, you know, they always say like we got Uncle Drew on here because, you know what I'm saying, the Celtics did because he had playoff experience. We all know Al Horford has how many years of playoff experience on what team. He had playoff experience. Go back to the Atlanta Hawks, y'all. You know what I'm saying, with Jeff Teague. So experience does matter. Guess what, man? These Pacers don't really they don't really have a whole lot of minutes logged in playoff experience, man. So some of this is like new to them. The challenges, you know what I mean? So overcoming your challenges, man. This Pacer team can take this Boston Celtics team to 7. And I know somebody said, but how the hell you don't see nobody? You don't see a Magic Johnson on that sideline. There ain't too many people who can go to Boston Garden, right, and win a game 7. You know what I'm saying? Magic Johnson's kind of one of them, right? But this team is just kind of built to, you know, like I said, offensively, to wherewithal anything. Defensively, we know they're a little challenged.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? They're not into, you know, they're not into, nobody's ever going to fool them with the 92 Pistons, you know what I'm saying, the 90, 91 Pistons, the Indiana Pacers of 2024. But, you know, offensively, whether they have loaded guns over there, the Pacers feel like they got enough on the bench. You didn't even mention Nesmith, you know what I'm saying, who's for next year, who signed up with the Pacers for next year. His play. And I know some people are kind of hard on Nembhard, but Nembhard, they keep Nembhard on the floor because he's always somebody who seemingly makes that right play. Sometimes the play that's for the other team, you know, the bonehead play. But for the most part, he does
He's
more
not scared of the
plays.
moment.
He's not scared of the moment. So you want to have those kind of players on those teams. Like, man, how special, even more special would it be if the Pacers get to the West Conference Finals? Then you really are playing. I mean, West Conference, we get to the finals. Then you really are playing with house money. And here in this city, even if you don't win a finals, man, they'll make a statue of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see a little more of Ben Shepherd, Isaiah Jackson. Those two were key pieces in the Knicks series. Not really too much. You know, I know Shep had 2 points, Jackson had 0, but McConnell and Obi were your bench points there. So got to look to extend that out. And hey, gotta love national media. Tim Legler's the only one really that's believed in this Pacers team and told everybody else. Everybody else is like, it's like shit. They ain't seen anything before with this team, and that's fine. They can keep counting them out, whatnot. So as you know, as
Right.
Roy always said it.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. All right?
Yeah, and Roy didn't care if he got fined from it. So true that.
Yeah. He's talking to Stephen A. in that white suit. They just knew the Knicks was going.
Oh my God, that was a suck fest for the pregame show on Sunday, wasn't it? My goodness.
Man, wow. That was terrible. Man, the ESPN NBA product, man, again, I see why everybody got the games because they got, I mean, they got the stronghold on the game.
What do you think of the crew?
On man, dude, I don't listen to him.
The only person I like is Mike Breen, and And here's the
Damn,
thing.
Brandon, you said you took it right out of my voice. That's it.
But he's also the play-by-play guy for the Knicks regularly. So, which is crazy.
Yeah,
But he is very
yeah.
he's very down the middle, and I like that with Indiana. With that being said, but Doris Burke, suckfest of the Knicks. JJ Redick, suckfest of the Knicks or of the Celtics, you name it. But my God, it was more what the Knicks weren't doing. And it's fine. You know what? Keep talking about these other teams. That's totally fine. Let the Pacers do their thing. We don't need you for self-satisfaction. This city, these people here in this city, and Pacer fans around the country, they know what this team is. They do. But that
Coach
was.
JJ Redick.
Do we really need a Spike Lee and Stephen A. Smith hype like pregame speech? Like I was like, they really doing this? I was like, who we got coming out for the Pacers here to do theirs? Like we got the dude with the flamingo holding up the sign. Is he gonna do ours or what? Like my goodness. So yeah,
it was a lot of hype, man.
and there was a lot of people that talked shit about it too, which was great to see. There was a lot of just like normal fans. I saw Philly fans, I saw Boston fans, I saw Bulls fans, all like, dude, what the hell are they doing? Like, and the product sucks and we've talked about this, John. ESPN is just it's went downhill over the last how many years? The programming sucks. Sports Center sucks now. What it used to be. It's about who can yell the loudest and who can be the most annoying. Put the same retread people on 5 different shows to say the same damn thing. You might as well just do one episode of Sports Center and keep re-airing it. That's what I enjoyed. Shit, the product's gotten terrible.
Record it and just let it go.
We're getting ready to get a NBA back on NBC, and we're going to lose the greats inside the NBA, which that's frustrating. That was one of my things, John. This is your boys. I mean, you remember this intro? I'm going to miss I'll love this intro.
It's coming back.
Oh, it is. It is. I saw that
they reached out.
I got to turn it off. I don't want to get. I can't get a copyright.
They reached out to John Test. They reached out to John Test, he of Entertainment Tonight fame, and asked him would he be interested in recreating what's it called, Round Ball Jam.
Yeah. Now is he going to recreate it, or are we going to reintroduce it again? Because I don't want to change an updated version of it. Because it's going to suck regardless.
I'm sorry, bro. I think that's what you're going to get.
No.
This is the original creator doing it.
No, okay, that's fine. But give me the original. I don't need no updated flashy shit. Just give me the original Round Ball Rock. That's all I need.
I mean, I got to take a step further, man. So if NBC's getting back in the game, does that mean we getting NBA inside stuff on Saturday morning back? Is Ahmad Rashad coming back?
Is he still alive? I need somebody to look it up for me. Is Rashad? Is he still alive?
Come on, man. Hannah Storm and Ahmad Rashad are still alive, man. Don't say that.
Who was the other guy they had on that team or on that squad? I forget.
Greg Hill hosted for a little bit.
Yeah.
For real.
So they're going to have
while he was playing.
Sunday night. We're going to have Sunday night in America, playoff the NFL style. And then we're going to have a Sunday night NBA game is what it looks like is going to be the main thing. But if you're going to give it to me, I want all the old shit. I want the old sound. I want the original sound. Nobody's going to be pissed. Nobody wants new sound of it recreated. How many remakes do people love? Now, I don't want to get the Taylor Swift fans because I know she remade her album.
I'll tell you that.
But how many remakes are actually good? I mean,
yeah.
If somebody remade the movie Hoosiers, you're going to tell me it's better? Stop it. Stop it. So we got a couple calls here. We'll take this real quick. Nas, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. Cooling out. How y'all doing?
Good, man. Just talking a little NBA hoops, a little NBC, a little Round Ball Rock coming back with a revamped intro. I don't know if I like it. Give me the original. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, see, now this is just a little weird, man. Because, all right, back in the day, Johnny Carson Tonight Show, right? You can't recreate that because at that time, that was the only place you could see those people live and direct, uncut, giving you those interviews. Same thing kind of happens with this. Was that NBC theme song so good, or was it that we just kind of tied that sound to basketball and knew that basketball was coming on, so that's why it was so important then?
But
So kind of just like Sports Center.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, kind of like Sports Center, in that back in the day where you didn't have a phone in your hand where you could pull up whatever highlights were going on, whatever scores were going on, and know everything. You had to wait for that next half hour for the show to start over so you could watch it and get all the updates. So now that we don't have that dependency on that stuff, it's hard to put on those productions and for them to have the same value. Like, does it make sense what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
you guys get where I'm coming from with this?
Yep. Absolutely.
So
100%.
so I don't know how you recreate this, man. We'll see.
I don't give me no the basketball song by Lil Bow Wow. I don't want that one. Don't put it on there. We're playing basketball. Oh, I see it. Give me the little penny commercials at least.
Yeah, Curtis Blow or nothing.
Go back to the Curtis Blow.
Yeah. Exactly.
Curtis Blow or nothing.
What's your thoughts on what's going on with the NBA playoffs right now, Eastern Conference and Western Conference? By the way, congratulations on the #1 pick.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm sure something terrible is going to happen. You can expect that.
1 year too late.
Atlanta. But, dude, this is Atlanta. Of course, 1 year too late. But as far as the playoff predictions, hey, man, we said it on this show. On your show, any listeners out there, go back and listen a couple weeks ago. We all said that the Pacers will win in 7. And that's what happened. So all these people who are surprised that this Knicks team, who was getting so much pub because they are the Knicks, but not because they were a great team. Like, I don't understand why people were so surprised. And I told you T.J. McConnell was going to sell a lot of jerseys. There's a lot of people who know his name now. Now they get it. But how's money against Boston? Boston's the formidable #1 seed. It's an all-time great team when you look at margin of victory over the season. But they have an Achilles heel. They're not very good at closing out close games. So if Indiana can keep these games close, I mean, you got a puncher's chance, and you're playing free because there's no pressure. You're not supposed to be here. So I'm going to enjoy watching this series, and ultimately, as it goes, if Boston doesn't get this over quick and they don't get Porzingis in the next round, if they do advance, I just don't see them winning the championship. Like, Isaiah Jackson and those guys you were talking about, they didn't play because your front court was playing so well.
Yep.
But they're going to get some minutes too. And as we all know, Isaiah's better than majority of the backup bigs in the league. And if he gets extended minutes, he can surprise people. So, yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching this series. I think this series is probably going to be better than the other one.
Oh, wow.
I think Luke is way more banged up than he's letting on.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get a shock in that series. But, yeah, that's all I got on it.
Okay. Perfect. Anything else for us?
Well, okay, going to the New York thing for TV, like you guys talked about, Stephen A. Smith becoming part of the broadcast and going to Spike and all that stuff. I get it. You're selling because of ratings. You're trying to get people interested. But come on, y'all. Wasn't it the perfect Midwest moment to watch them do all that New York stuff and lose? Like, dude, that felt like the 90s. This felt like the Bulls going into Madison. Like, dude, that felt good, bro. Just to watch the Midwest team that we all knew was going to win. And you see all of this just New York nonsense going on around the game where you're like, have these people been watching this? Like, Jalen Brunson, look, heart of a lion. He reminds me of Allen Iverson. Like, you know, a lot of shots, not very efficient, and they kind of have to make do because of they're down so many guys. But Jalen Brunson is not Michael Jordan. I'm sorry. Like, you're not going to beat the Pacers with that team. So, yeah, man, it was a beautiful thing to see New York have to look sad. And they were so loud and obnoxious for a couple of weeks.
Seeing the fans' face was perfect. How
years.
sad they were. That was the best part of it. All the New York sad faces. I mean, shit, John, you run up and down the court better than OG and Anunoby did on Sunday.
Man, that was kind of like a waste. I know that, guys want guys to give teams a boost, man, but that was kind of a waste, man. You kind of see why teams were hesitant on trade for OG and Anunoby. You know what I'm saying? Guys got a great quality game, but like just necessarily can't stay 100% healthy or doesn't really necessarily want to push himself. You know what I'm saying? One thing, but I shouldn't say that because he did push himself, but he just couldn't go. Right? So
they tried to force a Willis Reed moment. That brother probably had the longest needle on earth injected into him before that game.
Right. Everybody can't be Willis Reed. Right. That man's a Hall of Famer for a reason.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, Nas,
so that's what they get, man. But let me get out y'all way, man. I know y'all got a lot to cover, man. But salute to the Pacers, man. Midwest still rolling, man. I'm always repping Midwest, even though I'm down here. And you just watch. This #1 draft pick for Atlanta is going to be a disaster because the city is cursed.
Damn.
That's all I got.
Oh, damn. All right, Nas. Have a good one, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, that's our guy, Nas. Now let's bring on our other guy, friend of the program, D-Cot. What's going on, D-Cot?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Before I get started, I need you all wishing Mrs. Cott a happy 21st birthday today.
Oh.
She's looking just as fine as she was when I met her a long time ago.
Woo!
I need to shout out to my sweetheart, man, the woman who really drives the boat, right?
Yeah, for sure. Happy birthday. And
happy birthday.
We're going to give her a woo.
She's smiling. Don't worry. I'll let her listen to the recording later on. Hey, the other part is wanted to make sure I shared. There's a couple of things I want to unpack, but quick things. I want to hit the quick things. First is the Brunson fake injury. Does that fake broken wrist remind you of LeBron? And when he broke his wrist, remember the press conference, his arm in the air, look at my wrist is broken, and then all of a sudden the next day there's no cast. Did you see that picture with Brunson and his wife with that mutt and no cast on his wrist? I thought he had a broken hand. Nothing, right? So again, that goes to the point of that New York City, right? They talked all like my man said earlier. Matter of fact, his name is Nas, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, get him my information, man. That dude's sharp, man. I like him. He's down in Atlanta, and he's talking highly about the Pacers. I really like that. So the other thing is I want to make sure I hit that thing with Brunson, right? And that's fine that, the New York, they've got the big market. They've got the Mecca. There's a rat-infested building that they still say is the ultimate prize, which I'll never understand. You haven't won anything since 1970, and all you've done is complain with the worst ownership group probably in the NBA. Clippers got rid of their owner. It's time for Knicks to get rid of theirs. I want to hit on that.
The Knicks, they ain't got smart ownership, man. I kind of like this run that they had, even without, not to make this a Knick hour, without Randolph, without the homie Bojan. It is something of a good run. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about already, man. Off-season plans targeting LeBron, targeting LeBron.
They do it every year.
You know what I'm saying? But aren't they targeting every year? Is the same thing, JB? Every year.
Yeah, I agree, man. And this
goes back to they targeted Jordan,
I think.
Then Reggie, and on and on and on. We don't care about New York. The only people that care about New York are New Yorkers.
And ESPN.
It's true.
And ESPN. Yeah. Exactly, for sure. Next part of that, you all know what tomorrow is from an NCAA perspective. The court ruling tomorrow, almost $3 billion out there to be had because of the NIL egregious miss for the NCAA. Have you all talked about that at all?
I haven't, and I haven't really even delved into it. To be honest with you, there is the only story that, as far as NIL related, I know me and Brandon kind of touched on. Because there's still dudes, basketball players and football players that don't have no team that thought they was a 4-star, 4.5-star coming out of high school. They got on campus and they ain't playing now. And now we got this kid who committed to Florida last year.
Now he's in Georgia.
Florida, yeah.
And he's supposed to get 13. And he's supposed to get, I guess they promised him $13 million over. And now he's trying to sue. Like, you done transferred already to Georgia. You Georgia's problem.
But hold on a second.
That's not how it's supposed to go back. Let me ask you this. I'm supposed to go back to sue Best Buy? Because they didn't give me
he's not trying. Hey, JB, he's not trying
to go back to sue Best Buy because they didn't give me $75,000 on my last day.
Damn.
Hey, JB, JB.
They didn't give me the money.
Hey, have you breached your contract? I absolutely think they should hold the feet to the fire for the Florida Gators and Billy Napier. Because clearly, in my opinion, because I'm pro player always, right? Definitely anti-establishment.
On campus, he didn't fit in their system.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Listen, there's guy, and I'm not saying he's going to win or he's going to lose. What I'm saying is he feels there's enough merit to file a suit because he's got some type of something that says you're right, they wronged you. And I'm hoping that kid wins it. I'm absolutely hoping he wins it. Because you know why?
Go ahead.
It goes back, JB, when we talked about this NIL deal 2.5 years ago. NCAA had an opportunity to make a difference. They had an opportunity to address it. They didn't. And you know what? It's sort of like sleeping in your own blankety blank. You pooped, now you guys lay in. So I'm okay with that. Because again,
what really bothers me, I want to kind of go around the room. And anytime we talk about NIL, the only thing really bothers about me at NIL is that we got kids jumping from team to team, like we have, you know what I'm saying, in the NBA, seemingly with Pat Bev jumping from team to team, and that's different reasons because like I was as well.
Because no one was keeping past the year.
But when we talking student athletes, they're still in the position of they are pros because we pay them, but they ain't pros. They're still in the position of development.
Oh, absolutely, but you got to realize.
And I think that's where the miss. Like, if I was worried my contract, if I was a school or university or whatever, I would worry like, dude, we were developing you. If you don't hit certain marks, dude, we ain't giving you no $13 million. Are you crazy?
Hey,
right,
JB.
You we get Florida, we give you $13 million. This dude ain't even Aaron Hernandez.
Oh.
Hey, easy. He might be, but listen.
I'm just joking.
Wow. JB, you're talking about guys that are 18, 19, and 20. Now we talked about our age grouping, right? You, me, and our hosts are definitely advanced past 20 years old. Think about the dumb stuff we did, right? So I'm gonna give those young men a pass, right? You have the establishment who's been which is the NCAA for over 100 years, who still wet the bed. So give these players an opportunity and see what happens. Again, most of them have made big mistakes.
The school jumping, getting paid don't bother me. The school jumping, that's like, I'm like, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And then but I'm saying this particular kid ends up in Georgia, like you in a good situation. If you can play quarterback and he wants you, so you probably gonna get to that. You know what I'm saying? And
what's your guys' thoughts on the Fanatics and Marvin Harrison situation then?
Oh, I don't even know. Can you lay that on me, Brent? Because I don't even know all about that.
Is that the deal he's getting, Brant? You were talking about the deal that Marvin Jr. is getting?
Yeah. So Marvin Harrison Jr. is being sued by Fanatics for breaching his contract.
Because of the card stuff. Wasn't it?
Yeah, because he signed like a 3 or 4 year deal, what it was, but now he's so he signed reportedly signed a marketing deal with Fanatics in May 2023. They gave the company the rights to his autograph, game-worn jersey, and other memorabilia. Harrison Jr. does not have an agent and instead represented by his father, Marvin Harrison Sr. The trouble started, Fanatics says, shortly before the NFL draft when Harrison Sr. asked for a copy of an apparently binding term sheet. Once he got his hands on it, Harrison Sr. allegedly told the company that we do not have a deal with Fanatics. It seemed the nature was the word binding is in question. The term sheet is different than a contract. Indeed, the factor distinguishes from the other term sheet is not legally binding, whereas a contract is. Frustrating, the details of the agreement that Fanatics has in its complaint are heavily redacted. Either way, sources tell ESPN that Harrisons are using Marvin Jr.'s refusal to sign the GLA in public insistent it does not have an Fanatics deal leverage, more lucrative. But he's also not signing a deal with the NFL Players Association, so he won't be in Madden video games.
I don't blame him.
His jerseys will not be being sold.
I wouldn't sign for that either. I wouldn't sign for that crap either. Worst union in professional sports and the worst backing. You see it year in and year out. He's led by his dad, and everybody can talk what they want about Marvin Harrison with the gun, right? And in Philly. So I'm gonna tell you this, right? The man is leading his son. The man is leading his son properly. I support it 100% because it's business. Because if the young man tore his ACL and wasn't able to play, they would blank on him. So you know what? I'm okay with that because again, his dad is showing him the way. Listen, I lived it for 14 years, son. I'm going to
He's
show
showing
you
you
the
how
way.
to leverage your power, because
Absolutely.
your career
Absolutely.
is not my career. Your career is not my career. If Fleer, whoever, Wilson is willing to give you $100,000, guess what? They probably will. They've been around how many years? I get that part.
Exactly. Think about this.
But it just kind of comes in murky. It's nothing really new for me, for anybody on this, conversation. Like, we remember the NBA guys. Can you remember Chris Webber and them and Jim Jackson? They was going to sit out. Remember in Juwan Howard, they sat out. Like, I thought that was hilarious. I was like, dude, you go back to school. You know what I'm saying?
I just think, it's the old saying, now that the rabbit has the gun, what are you going to do? And I don't think that corporate America, white collar America, is liking this. They don't like these young players, these athletes who have as much power as they do. But guess what? Oh, well, you all have had power for years and you blinked it away. So I support it 100%, and probably 99 times out of 100, I'm going to support the players, man. And in this case, if it's not a legal binding contract, just like the kid from Florida with Billy Napier, you may be out of luck. So what it does, it brings light to that situation, right?
Right.
It brings a lot of light.
Yeah, I'm not going to lose my mind about either way. What's the name? The commissioner wants him to play 20 games by 2026 anyway.
Hey, listen, we're old enough to remember 14.
Yeah, I'll go old enough to remember 12.
Yeah. Ooh, you're how old, JB? But the point being is, listen, they're putting this pain on these players, and what's happening is when a player signs a new deal, what is the public first thing they say? He's not worth it. If that organization is paying that player, I promise you, he's worth it because they can afford to pay it. But what I don't want to take up all the time from what happened last night. I'm gonna give you guys a few takes.
Oh yeah.
I'm tired of these fair weather novice fans blaming every. The Pacers played well enough to win last night. They had a lapse in play with Nembhard with the inbound pass. However, yes, Siakam was fouled. But here's the deal. All I thought about was James Worthy and Isaiah Thomas when he made that play. Do y'all remember? Both guys in Boston guard had Aaron inbound pass.
Stop it.
Yes, Aaron inbound pass. That's what I thought about. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm really tired of the Aaron Nesmith hate. The dude played 40 minutes last night, 14 points, 6 rebounds, and tough defense to the point where he fouled out. The guy's our best perimeter defender, and he gets no love when it comes to him getting an opportunity to mess up. He was 1 of 5 from 3 last night. Fine, fair enough. But his defense and his tenacity is what helped us get back in the game. It doesn't count when he's making up for Tyrese's misgivings on defense, play after play after play. If you take a look at that, he's covering. He and Turner are doing everything they can to help cover for Tyrese. And I said this on my post the other day, y'all. Reggie Miller was not the strongest defender. But I'm going to tell you this. He took that Jordan challenge every time. He got in front of him. He fought him, and he didn't swing his hand at the ball. He got in front of him and tried to be a difference maker. Unless Tyrese himself makes to be that type of a tenacity type defender, I'm not saying you got to be a great defender, but you got to be willing to fight. And it starts with your best player. And when your best player is playing well, it's going to rub off on those role players. That's my take on that, man. And I love Aaron defense.
We don't need the Gary Payton defense, but we at least need to see Nash defense.
Yeah, fight. No, just give me the Reggie Miller defense. Just fight. Just fight. And that was disappointing, right? And I thought about the two losses that were tough playoff losses for the Pacers. The Larry Johnson 4-point play, and then the LeBron layup in Miami when the worst coach in the league, Frank Vogel, took Roy Hibbert out. And the worst coach in the league at the time took Roy Hibbert out, and LeBron went to the basket with a left-handed layup. Do y'all remember that to win that game?
Yeah, he took out the big, shot blocker.
Yeah,
those
those two losses are the only two losses that are worse than that loss last night for me personally.
Wait a minute. Paul George don't own that. He don't own some of that. Paul George, you don't own some of that.
Your coach took out your rim defender, man.
Our sponsor, Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance. We wouldn't be able to do this without them. So shout out to Scott.
That's my boy.
Scott messaged and said, "I swear, what I don't like is Pacer fans always talking and referee talk / calls after losses.
What?
Refs last night were not a factor. Pacers purely lost that game, and they did. Turnovers.
Whoa. Who the hell is he talking to?
I think he's just saying in general. He might be talking about Reggie.
No, damn it, he's called Reggie. We're doing a show, and it has nothing to do with referees. So Scott's a hater, but that's okay. We're talking about the play. No one's complaining about the referee.
We endorse
there were calls on both sides. Regardless of the calls, the Pacers played well enough to win. They didn't win.
Yeah.
That's a fact. All of the whining and crying, leave that to those novice people. That's not us on this show,
man,
right?
There was a little difference on the free throws, though. 10-30. I mean, damn.
But you know what? We didn't go to the basket enough. I mean, you got to go to the hoop, man. You got to ball out, right? So what you do? You got Thursday. You got Thursday to make a difference. So you go in there. You say we played well enough to win. So Mr. Halliburton, how about you get in front of a guy as opposed to swiping your hand?
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Well, that's our challenge then, right? Listen, I love TJ.
We won the trade. I'm just gonna say we won the trade, man. I had to eat my words. And even though since Domantas Sabonis is still a great player, we won the trade.
Listen, man, we won the trade 2 times over. I'm with you 100%. However, ownership, you have to own it though, right? You're Pacer fans, right?
Are you gonna get on Rick?
You can't sit back and say, huh?
Are you gonna get on Rick for not calling the timeout, advancing the ball?
Well, I was going to get there. But my point being is, it's ownership of the players. Rick's not playing, man. The guys have to be out there, connected, right? So if our best player, which is Halliburton, we want to believe, right? He's got to make Neesmith, Nembhard, TJ, and Turner continually be better, because Pascal's going to get his. We've clearly seen this. When he decides to score and make that 17-footer at the free throw line, he's going to be okay. But what do we do? What do we do beyond that?
Right.
Our most consistent player has been Pascal Siakam. He had a couple games in New York, but from a consistency perspective, he's been our guy. That's why they're going to reward him in July with probably a 4-year, $160 million contract. And I'll be happy to sign off on it. I'm not signing off on myself personally, but I'll be happy to say yes. Thanks.
JB hasn't decided yet.
So
he's on the fence on the contract still.
We got to have it, man. Because here's the deal, JB. If you say we're not going to sign Pascal, you got to insert a name here, because you can't run it back without Pascal, giving up 3-1 and only Ben Mathurin coming back, because you got three second rounders this summer, right? In June. Maybe you can turn it into something. But if you don't bring Pascal back, what was it all worth?
JB, are you going to apologize for your Miles Turner slander finally?
He needs to. Hey, I apologize for whoa, JB. I apologize for TJ McConnell. You need it for the thousands and thousands of listeners. Right now, I need to hear from JB, because Turner was the only guy that not got any blame last night.
Right?
He's the only guy that got not any blame. Come on, JB. Let's hear it.
I apologize for Neesmith. Or not Neesmith. What's his face? Nembhard. Yeah, I did Nembhard. Decott did his boy.
Come on,
JB. Come on.
I did my TJ. Come on, JB.
I cannot apologize for Miles Turner having them penny loafers on. And whatever he had on.
JB, you know what? I'm gonna call you, JB. We're gonna fight. We're gonna have to fight. But no, man. In all seriousness, though, right?
We had a different game for sure.
And here's the thing, right? And we were talking about this when we watched the game last night. When Miles Turner gets a couple of dunks early, you see how he plays differently. His head is up. He's got energy. And that's how you got to get him in the game. That's the point guard responsibility, right? Which is
Right.
our guy, Halliburton.
Baby mailman. He ain't the real. He ain't Karl Malone, but there ain't nobody taking no charge once he gets that dunk going off. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because here's the thing: his confidence goes. His head lifts, and for some reason, a couple of dunks, a couple of mid ranges, then all of a sudden, all hell's gonna break loose, man. So when that happens last night, when he shot a couple of shots, I said, give him the green light, man.
So
it's his show. Let him shoot when he wants.
The first team All NBA just came out. These guys obviously will be Supermax eligible. First team All NBA.
Live and late breaking.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. I messed that up. Luka Doncic.
Did he play 65 games? Did he play 65 games?
He did. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Jason Tatum. Those are your 5.
All righty.
There is rumors, and I'm waiting for the official number. If
So
it's
that's the
coming
first
out,
team. You don't have second and third team.
it's coming out. Here we go. Second team. Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant,
Kawhi Leonard.
Whoa.
Kevin Durant.
Anthony Davis,
Well, he did play. He played about 6 7.
and Jalen Brunson.
This is some bullshiggity here.
I had to laugh at 3 of those names: Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard on second team All NBA.
Kawhi, there's no way he played 65 games, is it?
Well,
wasn't he out the last 3 weeks of the season?
You're only up. I think it's only first team you're eligible for the Supermax.
No. I know Durant and Anthony Davis. They played a a boatload of games.
No,
the impact.
No, it's not.
Them,
I think it's all 3. I think it's all 3. I don't think it's just one first team.
I don't know, man, but all right. That is a popular. It almost sound like a popularity. I don't really have no problem with Brunson being on there. I don't.
Yeah.
I do.
I do too.
On the second team, Trae Young didn't have a great year this year.
Well, we're not talking about Trae Young. We're talking about this kid from the Midwest.
Ready for All NBA third team?
Yeah.
Is Jalen Brown?
All NBA third team.
Gonna be on one of them.
Devin Booker, Steph Curry.
Oh wow.
DeMontis Sabonis, LeBron James, and Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay, nice. Okay. Well, I'll take that. But here's the deal. What he's got to do now is show that he's one of the top 15 players in the league tomorrow night. And put it to the task, right? Because they need him.
I agree with that.
And again, listen, I love my Pacers, man. And matter of fact, the game we've got is the Monday night game. And I'm going to just tell you this, right? It's important, in all seriousness, we talked and we have some fun, but it's important to be legitimate about your team. You can't just be a homer saying, oh, woe is us, and we don't get this publicity and all that stuff like that. You got to let that stuff go, man.
Right.
Listen, man, those guys played well enough to win last night, regardless of calls or no calls. So now what you got to do is come back and do it again. If, in fact, you're the team that you want to be. You got Pascal, who's an ex-All-NBA player. You got an All-NBA point guard. And you got Turner, who's playing like an All-NBA player the last 2 series. Am I right?
He is. Yeah.
Okay, so let's make it happen. No more excuses. And if Reggie calls making excuses, just hang up on him. Anybody who complains about the referees or the publicity we're getting or the disrespect, just hang up on him.
What about the
Nobody
King?
wants to hear that, man.
The King getting third team All NBA with LeBron James, 21st year.
Hey man, I'm only talking about the Pacers. Now I could care about anything. I care about him.
He said he don't talk about the Pacers, man. He said
I care about him.
Well, there's more than just him on the line. Maybe that wasn't for him. That was for JB.
So you saying next year?
Okay, fair enough.
You saying next year, Bronny James is going to be on the NBA third team?
No, he'll be on the rookie team. Third team all rookie.
Hey, Pacers got 3 second-round picks. They got 3 second-round picks. I tell you this. I don't care what anybody says.
He's going in the first.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they parlay those second-round picks and maybe attach Obi Toppin.
So here's the answer, guys.
No. No, Jalen Smith.
Their future's not in the draft. Their future's on that team. Jarvis Walker's their future. I don't know about Jalen Smith.
So Halliburton now can make, as a third teamer, Halliburton will now get a 30% of the cap max contract on their rookie scale extension. So I do have the votes.
Go ahead.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Jokic both had 495 votes, total points. There was 99 votes for both of them. First team, Luka had 98. Giannis had 88 first team votes and 11 second place votes. Brunson had 37 first place votes, 61 second place votes. Anthony Edwards just had 1 or 3 first place votes. Halliburton had 0 first place votes on the third team, 2 second place votes, and 69 third place votes.
Okay. Well, they're respecting what he did over the years. So now he can turn that into more money and put himself in a position and say, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this now. And I just want him, I wish I would have said that to his dad. I want him to say, listen, I've got to fix myself. I'm going to tell you this. Listen to the game last night. By the way, if you listen to iHeartRadio, it's a 13-second delay on ESPN. Much better than listen to ESPN, y'all. Just telling you. I'll take that 13-second delay all day.
Do we feel like Jaylen Brown got kind of snubbed?
I could care less about Jaylen Brown, man. I mean, he had a big shot last night. He had a big shot last night. And but tell you this, I think I said this on the show. He and Tatum are probably the two of the most humblest duos in the league. They don't beat themselves on the chest. They don't talk trash.
Yeah.
So I gotta respect that, man. I'm not mad at them. I mean, I want to hate them. I want to hate them like I hate the Knicks. But you can't hate those guys. So they're pretty nice guys.
You know, I hope Ben Mathurin turns into any type of version of Jaylen Brown. That'd be a win right there.
Let me tell you this, JB. We had a conversation about Ben last week. Can you imagine if Ben is in that series against the Knicks and when DiVincenzo does what he does? Can you imagine that? That would be lovely to see.
DiVincenzo just might be a little bit veteran on him. He's like 27, I do believe.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? But like next year, man, like get healthy through. I'm not thinking about next year. I'm thinking about beating Boston. But like, next year, man, just get through the healthy season. And the Pacers, there still should be more like expectations.
John,
I'm telling you.
There's a question for you on Facebook, John.
Ben's a fit. Hey, JB, I think I told you that before. Ben's a serious dude. He's not one of those guys that jokes around and plays tag with other teams. That dude is a serious and stoic dude, man. He does not play. That's why I want to see him next year.
The biggest concern is two things, and I'll let Brandon go. This series has to go 7 because if it does go 7, and if the Pacers do win, ownership will have to bring everybody back, and we won't have to make a budget cut. You know, you see what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? If the Pacers win, they kind of, like I said, they kind of hold that on their future if everybody you're getting everybody at least 98% back.
Hey JB, great question. Check this out. Now you know ownership is steadfast. We are not going into the luxury tax. So what you're telling me is, if we go 7, no, excuse me, let me rewind. When we go 7, we're gonna go back to ownership and say, listen, we showed you what we can do when hitting on all cylinders.
Right.
Give me some money so I can make this thing happen for the city. Is that what you're telling me, JB?
Because it's just more growth. Here's what it is, man. Like here in Indiana, think about the reception of the people that they had from the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? When it was here, finally. Like, I get it from a media standpoint. I think Indianapolis is going to show out. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Always do. Always do.
I think Indianapolis is going to show out when the series comes back here. Indianapolis is going to show out. The mayor might even get the Indy 11 down there and make peace with them. You know what I'm saying? Or whatnot. Maybe invite Crossroads Sports. We sit next to Dan Dawkins and JMV and Decock and Reggie. We all have a little powwow. You know what I'm saying? Because Indianapolis deserves, you know what I'm saying, this spot. The team that puts themselves in position. Now, Simon, this ain't 2000, you know what I'm saying? This ain't 2000 no more. And we can't keep on letting Paul George walk up out of here. We can't keep on letting those people's knees went bad on him, and I hope he ever gets back to where he's back. We can't let that mentality walk out on him when ownership says, "Yeah, I can pay you, but I'm not paying nobody else." Because that's kind of what it's kind of cut and dried down to.
I got you, but I don't have you.
But yeah, look how much the city is sizzling with basketball and the culture of basketball. Yeah, New York is the Mecca. And that was got him.
JD. How is it a Mecca? A Mecca of what?
No, I'm saying that's what they
Mecca of well, it's a Manchester Mecca. That's what it is. Ask Mark.
Well, St. John's ain't been crap, and Syracuse ain't been crap. You know what I'm saying? Right. On the basketball tip, but we all know Indiana stays in you know what I'm saying, a puncher's chance, and we know Purdue got out of the final.
And let me throw this at you real quick.
Basketball here is the Mecca. Basketball here is the Medina. I just be respectful and say it's the Medina. It really is the Mecca.
And let me tell you, think about this: $300 million that the ownership put back when Conseco Fieldhouse was built in '99. Okay, it opened in over $300 million, right? That was Conseco. But think about listen. The taxpayers didn't pay one penny. They had that money in a trust, and that money grew interest for 20 years. Right. So the stadium you see now is probably top 10 in the NBA right now. Okay, so you put your money where your mouth is, because it wasn't your money, because it saved money, right? So now what you got to do is say, listen, we put it into the building. Now we're going to put it into the players. I'm gonna call it right here and right now. To your point, JB, Pascal is going to sign, and don't be surprised if we sign another big number guy. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying another $40 million guy. That wouldn't surprise me if you find us a 20. I hear you, Brandon. What do you say?
I said I don't think we can with what we're going to be paying with Tyrese. I just don't see it.
What I'm saying, I don't think another $40 million guy, but I'm talking about another big number guy. And when I say big number, I'm talking 20-ish, 25 million. Definitely also depending on the CBA, right? So I really believe that money is going to go to Turner first, because he deserves it. Remember, he signed a 2 year 60. I think it was. Turner's up next after Pascal. And then what do you have? Because you got Neesmith, you got him on that 3-year deal, and you got those rookie contracts.
In the fire.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I'm telling you, I look forward to the Pacers doing big things in the summer. And I always ask y'all every year, you all kind of turn me down. Are y'all going to hang out with me at the draft party or not? I don't even know where the hell it's at yet, but it's probably
I don't even know where the draft is.
Brandon,
we don't even have a pick, Brandon, do we?
Brandon, it's a party, man. Who cares about the first round, man? It's just a party to be able to hobnob and stuff.
Running.
So listen, one of you, listen. I'm not cheating. One of you two. If I gotta get in my old dusty vehicle and pick you up, we're going to the draft. I need one of you two there.
You still got soil in the back?
Hey man, listen. Let me tell you this, right, real quick. I won't tell all my secrets, but I got a great discount on that stuff, man. The kid went to Warren Center to check me out.
Right? You didn't just take it off the Lowe's.
Yeah.
The Lowe's
well, no. Then me being a veteran, and then you know, I have a problem with counting, so I lost count on how many bags. So I may have shorted, 8 or 9 different bags based off of the price of that, right?
Damn.
So, but she's happy. She's happy. I've got her raised garden going, man, and I'm gonna take pictures of it. But she's hyped about it, man. And just by the way,
I got asked on Facebook, are you still a light tipper?
No, man. I tip regular now, man. And I'll be tipping tonight here at my cousin in Anderson. He's got a thing he's doing here in Anderson, and just so happened right by the casino. So I figured I'd just stop on by and say hello, right?
Perfect.
So that's why I was driving. That's why I was able to be on hold, right? But listen, man, love y'all show. I really, really do, man. You all do a good job on the perspective of everything. And the other thing is, I want to make sure that you guys do as much pub as possible, man. Enough people don't listen to the show. It's good content, man. This is not two scrubs here sitting there talking, man.
Hey, one way you can do
that
is the Facebook feed that you show the video there. If you just hit that share button, it'll share it to all your friends, and who knows that'll go to. So people always ask how they can help. I just say hit the share buttons. Hit the share buttons because it helps us out.
So, with two things, hit the share button and keep Reggie Sykes off the call, man. Because this guy,
he's got a missing person alert.
Referees. The referees, they're out to get us. They hurt us. They deflated the balls. Everything's coming.
Super fan.
So just know, appreciate you all big time. And if you all have an opportunity to get down there downtown Monday night, let me know. We can do some things before. I usually keep about 6 to 8, cold ones in the vehicle on the way to the Pacers game. So let me know. We can make some things happen.
All right, D-Cop. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all too, fellas. Y'all be safe.
All right, John. That's our guy, D-Cop. Hey, Justin Powell asked on Facebook, John, Anthony Edwards, is he the new face of the league?
Man, he gonna have to learn how to talk.
Oh,
and I get it, man. People like him, man, because he keeps it real, man. But like, man, corporate America don't want to hear you say, man, we bust that ass, boy.
The mayor said it today.
I get it. That's something that we say, you say on the court, when you tell an opponent bye-bye, you know what I mean? But like, man, we bust that ass, boy. Dr. Pepper, that's what we supposed to have?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can take that seriously.
Trivia question of the night for you, John.
Yes, sir.
There are 6 Pacers who have made in the Pacers franchise who have made All NBA. 6 of them. Can you name me all 6?
Just made All NBA?
That have made All NBA.
Gotta be Paul. One is Paul George. I can tell you that right now.
Okay, that's one.
I know one of them ain't Copeland.
Who?
At all. I was saying some old school Pacers, man. Chris Copeland. You know what I'm saying? He said, who?
He looks like you too much.
All NBA, no, but back to All NBA, Reggie?
Reggie 3 times, 95, 96, and 98. PG was 13, 14, and 16. Obviously, Tyrese. I'll give you that one as a freebie because he just got named.
Thank you.
So you got 3 more.
Thank you. There's 3 more. It was All NBA. And after ABA years?
NBA years.
NBA years? Depot.
Oladipo. Got that one.
Yep.
2 more.
Homie, shout him out, man. That's why people be, man, Oladipo was the dog out here, man. He just wasn't the guy. Anyway, the second one, it's not Mark Jackson, y'all. It's not even. So we can eliminate Mark Jackson. We can eliminate Travis Best. Was one of the Davis perhaps on the 3rd team? Damn. Strike one.
You got this. If you just think about the rosters.
The homie that we traded for from Charlotte.
Who? Lance?
No, not Lance. No, we traded him to Charlotte. Nah, they played with you know what I'm saying, power forward. Dave West. It ain't him. Damn.
Justin Powell says Sabonis, and that's a no as well.
It ain't Sabonis, is it? Damn.
Come on, guys. You got this. One of them was a 3-time All-NBA, and the other was a 1-timer.
Oh, man, come on, the homie. Granger.
God. We're running out of
Who
stars.
are we forgetting?
You're forgetting 2 huge ones. Put some respect on his name. He had a club here at Broad Ripple.
Man, it ain't Al Harrington, y'all. He's talking about Jermaine O'Neal.
It is. It is not Al Harrington, but it is Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal, 02, 03, and 04 for J.O.
That's right. Lest we forget, he came in like second or third in MVP when Garnett won his for the regular season. I can't remember. Somebody check those five facts for me, but yeah. Man.
We need one more, John.
I forget somebody.
There's one, the 6th person. He made All NBA 1 time, and it was in the year 2000s. So between 2000 and 2009, he made All NBA.
Damn, y'all. From 2000 2009.
He was a good scorer, tough defensive guy. He has a house in Zionsville.
Artest.
You got it. Ron Artest, Meta World Peace in 2004,
Artest.
same year as Jermaine O'Neal. We had 2 All-NBA players in
Artest.
2004.
Wow. I gotta put some respect on Jermaine O'Neal's name.
Yeah,
I know
you
didn't
do.
nobody say no, man,
3
hold on,
times.
man. Other than me. Hey, who else there in TV land said Victor Oladipo? Nobody.
I was probably going to say Rick Smits. You said the Davis boys.
Rick Smith is a one-time All-Star, but he All NBA now. Not that.
You
not
said the
that
Davis boy. I about started laughing. Spit my drink out.
Dale Davis was an All-Star.
PGA Championship, John. I was there.
Man, dude, I thought we were going to have to send the, you know what I'm saying, chief police down there. What happened? Scotty Scheffler?
Scotty, man. We don't have enough time in the show for me to talk about everything I experienced while I was down there. But overall, great tournament. Great to see Xander Schauffele win. Scotty Scheffler drama was like out of a TV that Friday morning being there. And I was just like sending John pictures. I was sending my dad information. It was just completely wild out there. Awesome to be there for that. And it's it's the last time it'll be at Valhalla. The ownership group does not want them back out there again. So there was some drama with that before the tournament even happened. So that won't happen. I heard some insight from the Commonwealth people of Kentucky while I was there. So, and I mean, we missed John. Indy 500 is this weekend. Scott McLaughlin, Indy 500 pole. Penske has swept the front row with Joseph Newgarden and Will Power as well. Joining McLaughlin there. It's an all Penske show, John, I feel like, for this one. And I just put some names out there because people are going to ask betting-wise who to bet on, who you like.
VK. Is VK a Penske guy?
Is who?
VK. Is he a Penske guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
That's
McLaughlin.
what I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
Because he went airborne.
Oh, no. McLaughlin, Newgarden, and Power. Obviously, you got to think about those three. It's a sexy pick if you go with Kyle Larson. With him, if you want to take him, he's doing the Indy double, Indy Charlotte NASCAR double. The problem is, I don't think they're going to have some issues logistically for Larson based on the weather. So, but Alex Palou, the former champ last year, or defending champion last year of the IndyCar Series, Palou, Ward, Dixon's not been running too great, but you can't count out Scotty Dixon. Alexander Rossi. My long shot, if you have to pick a long shot, AJ Foyt driver, Santino Ferrucci, possibly. But I think I think the winner's going to come out of either Team McLaren or Team Penske. Those can be your two teams. I think it's going to come down to. John, the race might even be ran on Sunday. They are calling for heavy, severe storms on Sunday, so the race might be a Monday race.
Come on, man.
It's going to screw up my work schedule, man. I got to be there at 4 a.m. Sunday morning at the hotel.
Brandon Reed, that'll be sports smorgasbord. That'll be game number whatever on Monday for the Pacers, won't it?
Yeah, their game's that night. Indy 500 during the day, Pacers and Racers that night.
Bring it on. I hope it. I don't hope it tornadoes or anything like that, but I hope it rains out and then they got to run the race on Monday. There you go.
Perfect. What'd you think of Usyk beating Tyson Fury, becoming the unanimous world heavyweight champ, man? Fury was out on his feet.
I feel like, it looked bad. I feel like there's more skill boxing in the latter rate. You know what I'm saying? Brandon, he looks out of shape.
Oh yeah.
To be honest with you, but you know, you got a new champ, y'all.
Yeah, for sure. He could have won probably in the 7th or 8th round. And then he was just floating for rounds 9 through 12 before they finally did the call there. So he's getting his rematch. We'll have that at some point soon. I feel like we're gonna have the Tyson fight soon on Netflix, right? Has to be coming
you
up.
Talking about with the little brother, man. I can't even take that serious.
The date is Saturday, July 20th. So we're 2 months out. Jake Paul with Mike Tyson on
Jake
Netflix.
Paul and Mike Tyson. It's called The Hangover Part 3.
Something's going to happen in there. There's something I'm missing out of this. But
you think somebody's going to fly in on a kite?
No, but there's something like he's going to rest. Tyson's going to have like one arm behind his back, or there's headgear. Like there's going to be something stupid.
That's Jake the Snake and the model. That was horrible.
Hey, I like the blindfold, man. The blindfold. So
yeah,
we'll see. Let's see.
I had some Major League Baseball notes, man, but I didn't seemingly somewhere have shifted them somewhere, man. I don't know what I did with them.
Right. We can talk about the Fever real quick.
Yankees are super hot. You want to talk about who? The Fever?
Yeah, man. 0-4. Caitlin Clark's averaging 17 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 6.5 turnovers.
Yeah. People need to quit it, man. I'll be honest with you, Brandon. Every rookie, like, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody's a critic. Everybody's dissecting game now. Caitlin Clark, you know what I'm saying? All rookies in this time struggle. So, you know, the Fever maybe stink this season. If that's the case, it is what it is. That means we'll be back at the table next year.
Right. We'll get Paige Breckers or whoever next year. So, all right. Anything else, John, before we go? And if not, we'll let you wrap us.
No, man. I know you in Major League Baseball. I found my notes, bro. Losing your mind, man. Me and Brandon don't talk about baseball. So listen, man. Brandon, I know the Reds is in the probably hole, but there's light on the end of the tunnel, man. Ellie De La Cruz got 30 stolen bases already. 30, dude.
Nobody can
I
hit
think
him
the
in.
record, I do believe. If I think what's the name? The record is still held by Ricky Henderson. I think it's like 130, something like that. Can he catch 100? Maybe. I don't think he can catch 130. The Reds had to be super good for him to catch 130, but I think he catch 100 this year. And other than that, man, you sitting on that information. Ain't King Griffey gonna be at the 500 next year?
Hell yeah! He's gonna wave the green flag this year.
So I mean, there's that. I know we really didn't.
Or he's a pace car driver, one of the two.
Yeah. I know. I think that's kind of a Jordan thing, which is cool because I know Jordan's into racing on both sides. I know definitely on the stock car side, but I know he's trying to get into this. But that's a whole other thing. So, but I know that's big time. But other than that, I know folks also saying we didn't talk about the other series with Anthony Edwards and in Denver so much, man. Yeah. Here you are in Dallas. Like they're gonna roll them out tonight, man, and make the best offensive team win. I think it's gonna be like a 140-point game. You know, 145 game in between Dallas and the Minnesota. But like well, you know, who I edge. It's not like Luka didn't deserve to be on that NBA all this, man. I see why he complains a hell of a lot, but I see why he's a special kind of player. He's a special kind of player, and when Kyrie Irving is engaged, and right now he looks to be engaged, man, that team is kind of unbeatable. But I kind of see with Minnesota, to be honest with you, kind of break it down, like they got a big front line that I don't necessarily think. I know you're hyped on Derek Lively, and he has been better. You know what I'm saying? Since we've seen him last time, we really kind of paid attention to him was at Duke, and like he did get Duke to the daggone Final Four, and that, you know what I'm saying, kind of pisses you off. It's still root for Duke, right? But like, nah, man, I think they might be a little bit too more skilled offensively and defensively, and then you still have Anthony Edwards, but it ain't gonna be easy for either one of them. So I expect a long series between these two, and like I said, a big scoring game tonight.
Perfect. Timberwolves -4.5 tonight. I'm going to take that 4.5. I think they win by more than that. So looking forward to it, John. We got Pacers. We've got Racers. We've got end of May. So enjoy the times. Game 2 tomorrow night up in Boston before all hell breaks loose in Indianapolis this weekend. So no better time than the Circle City than right now. We want to thank our sponsor, Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance. We also want to thank our other sponsor, Maverick Custom Motorsports. Without those two, we would not be able to do what we do. We got to thank, and I always go without missing this, John. I want to thank our listeners, our callers, our listeners. Right. We wouldn't be able to interact if it wasn't for you guys as well and your guys' comments. D-Cot, thank you for your comments earlier. Please, if you want to help us out, please hit that share button. Please hit that like button. Those type of things it sends out to the masses. You hit one share button, it goes to your Facebook your friends there. It goes to your YouTube friends. Those type of things, please. That helps us grow. That helps us develop. That helps us do extra things that we want to do to grow this brand. And we can't do it without you guys and your support and your help. We can't do it without our sponsors and their help. And I can't do it personally without my help and my co-host, my co-pilot here, Jonathan Birdsong. So, John, thank you as well as we wrap up 301.
Episode 301 was another classic. If you didn't call in at 929-477-3331, that's your loss, man. Next week, it'll be your game. Call in. We'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.